This is Scorecard on Citi TV. My name is Daniel Koranteng. Let me read a couple of messages that have come through. This one from Theogans in Tema. He says, I believe France will beat England by 4-2. This one comes with no name. He says, who is Mbappe? Maguire was going to stop him. Suhini from Tamale, he says, coach says something about Baba Rahman, which isn't right. Baba Rahman is a good left back for Ghana. After the exits of the Ayus from the game, Baba Rahman worked extremely good. And if we could have utilized our chances, we could have connected almost 2 crosses from Baba Rahman. Oh, I'm reading message. You say, don't do that. I've not finished. I've not finished Suhini's message. Coach, I've not finished Suhini's message. He said the other guy, Susu Graham, also said that the FA boss should please step down for his position when the voting is going to take place. He says, can you please tell him that the FA boss is doing a good job? He has directed sponsors to the Bet Power Ghana Premier League. Women's League, said bringing back the love of the game in Ghana. Suhini from Tamale.
Suhini, I need to respond to you. It shows that you were not listening. I didn't say he's not doing a good job. I said that the conflict of interest is problematic.
But you see, guys, this is me. You understand? My whole problem with our scapegoating culture in this country is what I don't like. I agree that there are some players in the team who are not good enough. There are some players in every team who are not good enough. There's no perfect team in this world that has, from a classic goalkeeper to striker. No. There are some weak links in every team. But I don't think it is fair to single out one person and pin all the problems of the team on him. Baba Rahman had a poor tournament. He's been poor for some time now. But I don't think he is the reason why. Only him. Say, if you take Baba Rahman out of the equation, all of a sudden our fortunes will change.
No, nobody.
And again, if you have a problem,
this is a very common.
No, let me line. If you have a problem with Baba Rahman's inclusion, the same way the same sentiments I have with the whole Maguire thing. Maguire wasn't selecting himself for Man United. If you have a problem with Maguire or you have a problem with Baba Rahman, it's the decision makers. The mere fact that the coach could change his mind in the second game and put Gideon Mensah there and change his mind again and bring Baba Rahman back, is it Baba Rahman's fault for being selected?
No, it's not.
Baba Rahman cannot elevate his status to Marcelo, and the coach knows that. So if the coach puts him in that situation and exposes him, you go at the coach. You said something on Friday, which is absolute factors. The guy does very well in a back three.
Yes.
Where he doesn't need to go around, go back and forth. So if you put him in a back four, and you are going to expose him, he has to go, try and recover.
Then the coach
didn't do a good job. That's my point.
Of course.
I don't think it's not fair because for me, look, the players are humans like us.
Exactly.
When you pin all your problems on one person, it's your fault. Go away, you are not good. For me, it's not fair. The same way I felt for Maguire.
Okay, so
and I said the same thing. Look,
I just want to touch
when
on
Ten Hag came, he's benched Maguire.
Yeah, I said the system will expose him. So in support of whatever you have said, there are team errors. That one, the whole team is held responsible. But when the error is self-inflicted,
he's a bad player.
Then the player is a bad player.
So the coach should change him.
That is the issue. So Baba Rahman, those errors he made, at one point, we are going to score. 4 Ghanaians, 2 Uruguay, take the ball, go and score this way. They are all self-inflicted.
I just want to touch on what Daniel said and I agree with him because this World Cup campaign, the errors that cost us were the same in every game.
Yes.
It was the quick concession of goals. It didn't matter whether it was Baba Rahman, it didn't matter whether it was Gideon Mensah.
It was bad coaching.
It didn't matter who was on the pitch. We just couldn't.
It was bad coaching.
You see, so today that's why
back 4, tomorrow back 3.
And that's why I agree with Daniel because you have to look at the systemic problem. We can say some players were poor. Some players had poor tournaments. We are not going to sugarcoat and say some players that's a fact. And we'll talk about, because he's our captain, he's under the microscope. I understand that he had a poor tournament, don't get me wrong. But like you said, he didn't select himself. If the coach could see he couldn't progress the ball, he couldn't dribble and kept selecting
Did he change him?
That's
not Adrian's fault.
George Watson, Masawood, these 3. And what made it even more serious, everybody watching the show, listen up. When we were down in a game we needed to win,
that's when we are taking
that is when we are substituting the topmost goal scorer in the team, which means that they themselves are aware that it's a decision That should have been done in a reversal way. Start him on the bench,
And when you
throw
need
him
a
in
goal.
there, then you throw him in there.